done woke up, slept on me, trying to eat with vultures. Y'all look frail, let me feed the culture. Can't get full of the lead and coke, huh? Still sober, y'all OD, follow me. When it rain, follow me. King, yeah, I know the king, Martin Luther King. You ain't really gonna throw, boy, you in a dream. Wake up, y'all don't want it. Down to the wire, better put Marlo on it. And let's soon Chico Malo, homie. And if I'm scared, I guess I don't know it. Cause I'm still going still right where the heat at. And where I ain't supposed to be, that's where I be at. And I spit that, sit back, listen to the truth for the sky crack, and the Lord get back. Or somebody wants some get back, and they click clack, leave you been back, looking at this intact. Never left, but I've been back, cross on my big neck, and I don't rap gospel, I live that. But I'm nothing but a gimmick. You see me in the club, funny, you was in it. Skip a cosign, shout out to the homie Kendrick. And all I hear is crickets when I run into the critics. Oh well, show tells me a lot when they tell me to rock. Keep my eyebrows raised, smell what I'm cooking. And the sales may drop, yeah, the mail may stop, but they ask for the truth, yeah, I'm a daughter. They like, how you do that now? Sound kinda nice, boy, who that down? Is everything real good, true and fair? But you probably wouldn't listen if you knew that down. If you knew that down.
The heart beats just a little faster right now, doesn't it? As they stand alone right now. No cornermen. They're just ready to make the ring walk for the biggest fight that boxing.
Keep your hands up, keep your chin tucked. It's the one and only Ghost with the shadow in the front. Hope you're having a blessed night. And I hope wherever you guys are at, your day went well. If it did go well. Hope y'all having a blessed day. Let me check the audio real quick. Wherever you guys are at. Audio is good. Audio is good. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Stop. My goodness, bro. Calm down, bro. I can't even do a live without my kitten going crazy, bro. Stop. Hold on one second. Let me make sure. Hold on one second. Okay, we good. So hope you're having a blessed day out there. And let me see. Audio is good. Thank you, Ice Man. Thank you, man. You know how I am. I can't start a live without checking my audio. Man, listen. Every time I think that I don't have like OCD or something happens. Like it just confirms I have OCD, bro. Like I always double check shit, triple check shit. You know what's crazy with people with OCD, bro, is you ask a person that has OCD, if you ask them, like, so why do you do it? Like, just stop. They'll all tell you the same. They'll all say, well, the reason why is because I think something bad's gonna happen. So, like, you got people that like, I don't know if you ever knew a person that like they can't leave the house without locking the door like 4 or 5 times or checking the windows and stuff. That's why. It's sort of like that. I don't know if it's anxiety or whatever, but it's all good though. Not only that though, but I've started lives before and I was talking for like 10 minutes and nobody even told me. Nobody even told me my shit wasn't on, bro. They be trolling me and shit. So anyway, continuing off of yesterday, if you seen my live yesterday, which by the way, I thought it was an interesting live. You know, there's a lot of people that think that you know, this card isn't as good as what they're making it seem. You know what I mean? I think it's a great card, bro. I think it's a great card because styles make fights, bro. Styles make fights. Like it doesn't, to me, like when it comes to boxing, I get it. I'm a huge advocate for if you've earned the fight, then you should fight. You know what I mean? Like if you've earned a right for the title or something like that, yeah, absolutely. But styles make fights, man. Styles make fights. And for like a perfect example, like a lot of people want to see Shakur and Tank, right? There's a lot of fights. To me, there's fights out there other than Shakur and Tank that would make for a more exciting fight. I don't know which one. Like, I'm gonna give you an example. Would you rather see, even though T.O.'s at 140, would you rather see T.O. versus Tank or Tank versus Shakur Stevenson? Stylistically, right? Stylistically, you know that T.O. is going to stand there. T.O.'s going to, there probably most likely will be a knockout in that fight, or there's going to be a lot of damage in that fight. If you see Shakur Stevenson versus Tank, the first thing that comes to my mind is that boy going to be on his bicycle all day. I hate to say it, and I like Shakur, but I'm telling you what I think, right? Styles make fights, man. And I'm looking at the styles from all these cards. Let me see, brother. Why do you think that, Iceman? Why do you think that? You know, I don't think Bud looks past anybody, bro. I don't think Bud looks past anybody. Like, that's one thing I'll give Bud Crawford. And it's crazy because last night, I was defending Bud Crawford, right? And I've criticized Bud a lot in his career, man. Like, as a fan, I feel like we have a right to criticize or a right to our opinion, you know? I try to treat everyone the same as far as like how I view the sport, right? I know for me, from what I see, I feel like the fighter, not all fighters control what's going on. You know what I mean? Especially if you have a promoter, especially, I'm just saying, I don't put all the blame on Bud. What I will say about Bud Crawford is one of the things he's already talking. But that I don't think Crawford is overlooking. Bro, he'd be dumb to overlook this guy. You know, what's crazy is a lot of people are making it seem like I don't understand what people are seeing. Like, I'm not saying this guy is gonna beat Bud. I'm not saying he's gonna knock Bud out. I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying is I don't understand how people can look at this fight and go, well, that's a cherry pick. Like, I don't understand how a guy that's moving up in weight, bro, moving up to 154 and challenging the champion is a cherry pick, right? And it's the same thing. Like, to me, two things can be right at the same time. Like, for instance, Canelo, right? I've been over this 1,000 times. He made the right choice with the Berlanga fight. As much as I don't like the fight. I mean, if he would have picked Shishkin or William Skull or somebody, bro, you know how they are with Canelo in the first place. You know what I mean? Now with Bud, it's like, I feel like the situations are almost, they're kind of like, they're not the same, but they're kind of similar. Like, in reality, nobody wanted to see Bud fight anybody but Boots. Right? Most people wanted to see Canelo fight David, right? The fact that neither of these guys are doing that, they're gonna get flack for it, at least in my opinion. I don't think it's gonna be an easy fight either, Pancho. I don't. You know, especially like one thing I did see yesterday that was kind of interesting was one of the reporters there had mentioned to Bud when he was walking by, and I clipped it too. They said that they were looking at Madrimov in person, and they were like that he looks dehydrated, right? Like sort of like weight drained a little, or dehydrated or weight drained or something. And they asked Crawford about that. They were like, "Hey man, look, the guy that you're fighting, like he's looking like he's dehydrated or he's looking like he's weight drained." And Bud, he made a good point, bro. He said, "Look, this guy's been at this weight division for a long time. You know, like if you've been fighting in a division for a long period of time, who you think's gonna have a harder time making weight? The dude coming up or the dude that's been there for a while? Obviously, the dude that's been there for a while. When you're moving up in weight, it's probably one of your it should be your easiest weight cut probably ever, right? Because you're moving up. But there's a lot of questions. Like if this was at 147, right? If this was at 147, I would understand what a lot of people are saying. You know, because Madrimov doesn't. I think people don't take the weight into consideration. I take the weight into consideration, bro. Like, weight means a lot in boxing. That's why, hence, they got divisions, bro. If weight wasn't an issue, if weight wasn't such a big disparity, we wouldn't have 147, 154, 160, 168. We wouldn't have that. They would say, go ahead, this guy's 147, this guy's 160, fuck it, let him fight, right? But that's not how it is, bro. Weight means a lot. And Bud's moving up from 147 to 154. He's fighting a guy. Granted, the guy has only got 10 or 11 fights, right? But he's already a champion, right? He's a hard hitter. I don't know if you guys seen this guy fight. He's a hard hitter, bro. This dude hits hard. And he is athletic. He is athletic. I just don't think it's going to be a walkover, bro. I just don't. I don't. Then again, you know, I've been wrong before. But to me, stylistically, this whole card to me is fire, bro. I like the card. I know a lot of people don't like the card. I'm gonna say this, man. A lot of people don't like the card. I think it's a good card, bro. I think it's a good card. I don't know about y'all, but you know, stop. Listen, bro. I would rather see, I'm going to be honest with you. Shakur Stevenson, right, has earned a fight with Tank, right? I still would rather see somebody like, even though Tio's at 140, right? I would love this. I'd rather see Tank versus Tio at 140 than to see Shakur versus Tank. Why? Because I know stylistically, most likely what's going to happen in that fight. When you have two fighters that come forward and two fighters that are boxer punchers, bro, it makes for a great fight, bro. Who remembers Tito Trinidad versus Fernando Vargas? Bro, that was a throwback fight, bro. That was a throwback fight. Both of them motherfuckers came forward. Both of them were boxer punchers. Both of them tried to knock you out. And that's what you got. I mean, from the opening bell, 15 seconds into it, Fernando Vargas got dropped. I mean, to me, styles make fights, bro. Like Ike Corte and Oscar De La Hoya was another one where styles make fights, right? Ike Bazooka Corte, I don't know if y'all remember him. He had power, but he had a very fast power jab, and I was like, man, that's gonna be a good fight against Oscar, because Oscar, like, if you fight Oscar De La Hoya, you're gonna need a good jab. I feel like that's what Tito was lacking. You know, that's why in the first half of the Trinidad and Oscar fight, I feel like that's why Tito didn't have such a great jab to back off Oscar. You know what I mean? Where Ike Bazooka Corte, that dude had a good jab, and he would throw it a lot, and it would set things up. You remember the round where they both got dropped? I think Oscar dropped him, and then later on in the round, he dropped Oscar. Styles make fights, man. And I'm looking at, I don't think this card is that bad, you know, and I want to start off with, I went through this yesterday, but I got the clips and I got some other clips. I do got a couple of more interviews here that I want to look at. I want to talk about real quick. This will be the first fight you won't be purchasing. Why? Why, G Funky? Wait. You're talking about the Crawford card? Don't tell me you think the card is bad too, G Funky. Don't tell me, bro. Don't tell me that. I don't know what y'all seeing, bro. I don't know what y'all seeing. Styles make fights, man. This shit to me is going to be an exciting night, man. Why? Why, brother? Oh, okay. So it's not because you don't like the card. I thought you were saying I'm not buying the fight because it's a bad card. I was about to say, bro, chill. I know people. I don't even know if people are trolling me half the time. What's good, OG? OG, by the way, brother, not for nothing, I don't have to say this, bro, but you know I appreciate you, bro. You've been supporting me for a long time. If I ever say anything to you, brother, like, you know me, bro, I just say what's on my mind, and I fuck with you, bro. I don't care where any of y'all from or what y'all do. Y'all fuck with me, it is what it is. But if I disagree with somebody, you already know, bro. I'm gonna tell you, like, nah, I don't. You know, I was looking at the card again today, bro. I think it's a good card, bro. Now, I will say this. Is it the best card I've ever seen? No. But what I am saying is, like, when I look at the styles, to me, styles make, like, I would rather see two motherfuckers that come to bang it out than to, even though a dude is more deserving of a fight, right? And I made the example of Shakur and Tank. Like, I do want to see that fight. I'm not gonna lie, like, I do want to see that fight. But I also know deep down inside how I feel like Shakur is gonna fight that fight. And I just don't think it's gonna be like what people think it's gonna be, right? But imagine if it was Tiafimo and Tank, right? You know how Tio's gonna fight, whether you think, just like it's another reason why I wanted to see Tio fight Crawford, bro. It was another reason why I wanted to see him fight Crawford. Because yeah, Tio might lose, but bro, he's gonna fight Crawford. You see what I'm saying? Like, to me, style, I love it stylistically when two motherfuckers just come to fight. That's what we're watching boxing for. I'm not saying that I don't respect the art of the hit and not get hit, bro. Believe me, I do. But like the fights with Barrera and Morales, or Pacquiao and Morales. Like I said Tito and Vargas. Let me see. What was another one? Mayorga and what's his name? Vernon Forrest. Remember Vernon Forrest? Rest in peace, Vernon Forrest, bro. He was there was some fighters, bro. You knew no matter who they fought, they were gonna fight you. You know who ducks no smoke? Mario Barrios. That dude don't duck nothing. I was looking at him the other day and I was like, brother, he don't duck nothing. He'll fight anybody. I mean, to me, that's a throwback mentality. That's what I respect, bro. I don't like the whole fucking dudes doing more on Twitter and X than they do in the ring. I hate that, bro. I really do. Like, I'm a little bit older, So I'm like, I respect motherfuckers that just fight. You know what I mean? Like, I get it, bro. I do understand that generations are different. Yeah, oh no, no matter what age you are. I don't care what age you are. You could be 60 years old right now. You remember when you were growing up, how old people would talk to you. They would call your generation like weak. They'd be like, oh, when I was a kid, oh, look at this. Like, you see what I'm saying? No matter how old you are. Like, I remember the old heads was like, man, y'all soft. And so no matter what generation you're in, you're going to get that. But I do understand that a lot of these young men, they think differently. I think Floyd Mayweather has impacted this sport in a way that a lot of people, I don't blame him, but I am saying that he was a pioneer for this whole, I'm undefeated, I got money, right? And there's a lot of fighters that think that they could emulate that, but not realizing that before Floyd was money, Floyd was Pretty Boy, bro. You know what I mean? And some people even had a problem with Pretty Boy. I never, listen, to me, Pretty Boy was an exciting fighter. He was an exciting fighter. Pretty Boy Floyd was an exciting fighter. And to some extent, Money Mayweather was exciting. I know a lot of people don't like him, but, you know, Floyd made it look, to me, Floyd made the shit look cool sometimes. You know what I mean? Like the way he would not get hit and hit you back. Some of these motherfuckers now, they just look like they're running, bro. I'm not gonna low-key lie. Like, some of these kids, like, I call them kids because they got a kid mentality, but some of these motherfuckers, they really are low-key running, bro. They're not even fighting, bro. They're throwing a couple punches around to just be like, yeah. It's almost like, you know, one of the reasons why I got mad at Chris Colbert when he lost to Hector Garcia, the reason why I got real mad at him, bro, it's because he quit. He quit. At the end of the fight, he even said it. He said, They were like, well, Chris, why didn't you engage more? And he said, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I didn't want to get hurt again. Who says that in a fight? You got the fighter saying, I didn't want to get hurt again. That shit got me mad. Now he made it up. He made it up in his next 2 fights, which, by the way, Chris Colbert, I looked up. He's got a tough fight coming up. The dude he's fighting, who knows Carlos Balderas? Who knows who that is? Carlos Balderas. He's not really, he doesn't have the status, but I like that kid. And I remember he fought on the undercard of Jermell Charlo and Tony Harrison. He fought another Mexican dude named Garron or something like that, and it was a good fight. It was a good fight. They were both undefeated prospects, and Carlos Balderas took his first loss because he got dropped twice in that fight. But it was a good, exciting fight. I was watching it again earlier today. He lost his last fight. It was his first fight with Robert Garcia as his trainer. I was watching it today. He fought this dude. What's his name? His nickname is Wu or something like that. I got to look up his name again, but he beat him. And Chris Colbert is fighting that guy. And it's going to be a good fight. Because one thing I'll say about Chris is Chris will fight you, bro. Chris will fight you because he thinks he's got power. And this other dude fights too. And so I think it's going to be a good fight. I don't know when it is, but I know when I looked up, because I was like, where is Chris? When I went to his name, it shows that he's got this guy scheduled to fight. He does. I like Balderas, bro. I do. I like Carlos Balderas, bro. It's sad that he lost his first fight under Robert Garcia. You know, Robert Garcia, he's got a lot of fighters, man. He's got a lot of fighters. You know, let me go over to what I was going to start with, though. So I found it funny. Jarrell Miller and Andy Ruiz. Jarrell Miller, do y'all think that's a good fight? Let me ask you that. Do you think Big Baby Jarrell Miller and Andy Ruiz is a good fight? I think it's a good fight. But I'm asking y'all. I want to know what y'all think. Keep in mind that Andy Ruiz has not fought in 2 years, bro. 2 years. So he's coming back and he's fighting Jarrell Miller, who, by the way, looks in great shape. This dude, usually when he fights, this dude comes in really, really like hefty, and to me looks like he just didn't even care when he fought half the time. He just came in huge, bro. He's slimmed down, he's more cut. He lost his last fight. That makes him dangerous, bro. Like, I don't know why people think like Ruiz is going to walk through. I don't think Ruiz is going to walk through Big Baby Miller, bro. I'm not saying he's going to win or lose. I don't know. I'm saying stylistically, that's a good fight. Andy Ruiz isn't going to run. He isn't going to back up. And I don't think Big Baby Miller is going to back up. So, did you see the interview? Hold on, let me get it real quick. Get an interview real quick. So they had Ruiz is gonna drop him. Hey, what's going on, Black New World Order? You don't need to block nobody. Well, block somebody for what? You mean because of what they were saying yesterday? Nah, ain't nobody was saying nothing crazy yesterday. I just disagreed with people. That's it. That's it. That's all it was. And I know boxing's tribal. I'm not stupid. I know boxing's tribal. You know, I just try not to let it be the end all. That's all. That's all my point. Like, it's not the be all end all for me. You know what I mean? Like I could name so many fighters that I took a liking to stylistically, whether they were from Australia, Japan, Black, Mexican, Puerto Rican, Cuba, white. It don't matter to me. But boxing is tribal. Big Baby Miller said, what'd he say? He said it's the burrito versus the he said it's the burrito versus the Big Mac or something like that. This shit was hilarious, kind of funny in a way. I know some of them are. That don't bother me either, brother. That don't bother me either. I know there was some dude up in here yesterday. That shit don't bother me, bro. I've been doing this shit for a while now. I've learned to look. Some trolls I get rid of. Some trolls I purposely know they're trolling, and I keep them. I keep them because they're watching. You know, it's a two-way street with that, bro. It's a two-way street, you know. But I get what you're saying. Crawford yesterday, who did this interview? Because I want to make sure I give credit to. So Crawford was walking to, I don't know if he had to take care of something for the press conference or something like that, but he was walking. And I think it was Fight Hype or Fight Hub. I think it was one of them. And they caught him in the hallway. And I found this interesting, what he said here.
Mario, don't I got an interview with you?
They haven't told me that. I would love to have an interview. I haven't had an interview with you, a proper interview, in a year and a half.
What's up, man? What you
What's
got?
up, bro?
What you got? Don't get the cold, man.
Yeah. Your move up to 154, how much stronger are you feeling? How much better are you feeling at 54?
I feel great. I feel strong. I feel motivated. You know, I'm just ready to go out here and do my thing.
Yeah.
Tell us about that back and forth with Eddie.
Oh, Eddie.
Yeah, you look a little heated there.
I ain't heated.
No?
Eddie just be throwing rocks and just saying anything that comes to his mind to make himself sound, I don't know.
What are your actual thoughts of Majimov? I don't think
He's a great fighter. He's tough. He's hungry. He's adorable. He's athletic. He's got a lot of experience in the amateur rankings, but as you can see, he's a champion with only 11 fights, so that tells a lot about his skills right now.
what's this about? If you win, you could potentially fight Fondor next with Spence looking like Spence might be retired. What do you think about Spence?
Like I said, man, I'm only worried about one person, and that's Israel. I'm not overlooking this guy. This is a tough opponent. It's gonna be tough.
I don't think Bud is overlooking him either. I forgot who said that earlier in the comments. I don't think Bud overlooks anybody. And Bud is a gym rat, so like the dude is always in shape. What was I gonna say? The interview with Big Baby Miller was very interesting, bro. That shit was funny to me. And let me play it to you right here. Let me play this for you. Which one is this? Is this the first one or is it this one? Hold on, let me get it correctly, because there's two. Let me see. Is it this one?
What's the next step? Like, where's the trajectory now?
Yeah, I would definitely love the Dubois. If you go by statistically,
what's the next step? Like, where's the trajectory now?
Yeah, I would definitely love the Dubois rematch. Of course, he has AJ coming up. If Anderson gets past his opponent, which I don't think he will, I like the Anderson, battle to the Big Baby, because his nickname is really the Crier Baby. Right. It's a couple 1 or 2 fights we can definitely keep us busy before we get a title shot. But like I said, I really want a Dubois AJ fight or possibly the Anderson fight. And no matter what Andy does, man, I got an answer for his.
So August 3rd, we're going to be in LA, and we're going to see my man Jarrell, Big Baby Miller, Big Daddy Miller, I guess I'm going to have to reluctantly say.
We ain't officially changed it yet.
We haven't done it yet, because I don't know about it just yet. But we're going against Andy.
If you go by statistically wise, style wise, Andy doesn't do good against taller opponents. For You know, Ortiz, who's really 48 years old probably. He got a close decision win against him. You know, couldn't put him away. You fought Ariel, who's 42. Close decision win. These guys I was knocked out. I walk them down and beat them up when I'm in tip-top shape. So the main thing with me is coming to top shape. I don't win close fights. I beat guys up, I knock them out, or I just demolish them. Stylistically, I'm a come forward fight, but I'm an aggressive fighter. I got very good head movement. I come forward and I want to bang and I want to get guys out of it. I think styles do make fights, but I think it's the mentality that really is like, if I run somebody my kind of mentality, hey, it's gonna be a long and crazy night.
When I first started writing about you, I think you had sent some flowers up to Deontay when he had his first kid, which was a diabolical move. And then you were inside the press conference with Anthony Joshua. I'm gonna read it. Listen, AJ, you sweet and low cotton candy, applejack, apple juice, pansy, thong-wearing sucker. You're lucky Eddie Hearn was between me and you, or I would have busted but I got a date with your mom anyway. That's some diabolical but I love it. Like, that's what we need to kind of get these going.
Yeah.
So you kind of had your moment with Dante. You kind of had your moment with AJ. Yeah. Is there anybody in Andy's family you want to with? Is there a cousin who can get these hands? A female cousin who can get these nuts? Like, what's up?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't.
No?
Honestly, like I said before, those things, when I say them,
yes.
I really kind of mean it. I don't like those guys. You know what I'm trying to say? So by him making mistakes and going on Instagram, putting Taco Bells up and burritos and swallowing a hot dog, he's like giving me ammunition, right?
Yes, yes.
You know what I mean? So it's like, that's what I can really kind of go off of. Plus, he made all the money with AJ, so now I really got to fuck him up and get that money back.
Somebody was spying, somebody was spying on Andy eating a glizzy, and they zoomed in on him, bro. You gotta be kidding me, bro. You got. I'm sorry. I can't believe people do that shit. Like, somebody was watching Andy and was like, "Oh shit, he's eating a hot dog. Let me record this and zoom in on it and send it to them." Like, that's crazy, bro. I mean, he's a heavyweight, man. He's a heavyweight. He can eat a glizzy, you know. I just think no athlete should be eating hot dogs. That's all I'm saying. It ain't the most healthiest shit out there. Hey, listen, that fight, that's a good fight stylistically. That's a good fight. A Rayo Pitbull, it's a good fight to me. Did you see? So now, one of the things they're trying to do, by the way, they're trying to promote after this, if Big Baby gets past Ruiz, and if Jared Anderson gets past McCauley, they're trying to promote Big Baby versus Big Baby, right? I don't know if that fight would ever happen, but I know these two don't fucking like each other. I know that.
He said in the past about you.
Baby Anderson, that's my son. That's my left nut. If I had a left nut and I left it in the pamper, that's the Big Baby y'all talking about. You could talk a lot of shit on social media, but when you see me in person, you don't got that same energy. You see me, in the hotel lobby, he ain't walking real fast. He don't want no smoke. Him and Tina really don't want no smoke with me. Believe that. Now, don't be surprised if Anderson quits on the stool. I think Bacol is way too much for him to handle. Bacol's a real heavyweight. You know, he's only been fighting cruiserweights his whole entire career. He fought Charles Martin a 10-day notice, and Charles almost had him out of there.
They ain't got nothing to do with me. That's little girl talk. I'm a businessman, and I'm a man at the end of the day. They ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm here to fight.
Turki Al-Sheikh. I like the guy, bro. I know a lot of y'all don't like him, bro. But he's either the savior or this dude is straight from hell, bro. It doesn't matter. Either way you look at it, bro, he's got money, bro. He's got money. If this dude really wants, he can make Tank and Inoue. He can make any fight he wants. Now, that's not a great thing. That's not a great thing, because that basically means is like he can make up some shit that nobody wants to see. But that also means on the flip side that the fights that we think that are hard to make via Canelo, David, I know some people want to see Crawford and Canelo, fights that I may not be. I know the David and Canelo, yeah, I'm on board with that. I'm on board with Let me see. There's other fights out there, bro. Like I've always said, I've wanted to see T.O. and Tank. Always wanted to see that. There's certain fights out there that I feel like can't be made because I feel like a lot of fighters are going to use money as an excuse. Crawford and Boots, right? Crawford uses Boots, not fighting Boots. His excuse is he's not a pay-per-view star. And how is not going to sell. Now, by the way, when I really think of that comment right there, when he said that Boots isn't a pay-per-view star, to be fair, I don't necessarily agree. I agree he's never even fought on pay-per-view. But what I'm saying is anyone that knows how Bud operates when it comes to fights is he's about his money, right? And even when he was with Top Rank the second time, he got guarantees, right? Guarantees per fight. That's one of the reasons why Bob was complaining, talking about I can make a house. I could have bought a house in Beverly Hills with the money I lost on him, which, by the way, I feel like a lot of that is Bob's fault because Bob, if you know the fights that you're putting on against Crawford aren't going to sell well, then you should go out of your way as his promoter to go across the street and talk to PBC and get these fights. So I blamed Bob in that moment. But if you know Crawford in that he is about his money, then when he made that statement about Boots, I kind of disagreed. Because I know in my head that if they were to go to negotiations, Bud would make sure he gets a guarantee. So as long as you get your guarantee, you should be good, bro. Via Turki Al-Sheikh, right? Turki Al-Sheikh, if he wants to see Crawford versus Boots, I think he can make it happen. I don't really care who pays these fighters, bro. I could care less. I don't care who pays the fighters. I don't care where they fight. That shit don't bother me at all. Like, I get it. People have their own opinions and why they don't like certain things in boxing, but I'm trying to understand, like, what is it about the guy that you don't like? Is it he's putting on fights you don't like? Is that what it is? Because I've seen it, like, just this week alone. I've seen people come on my chat and they're like, oh, I don't like this guy. And I'm trying to figure out why. Why don't you like a guy who's got money to make fights? Because let's not be ignorant. Money is the reason why a lot of fights don't get made. So why don't people like this guy? Why? Oh, yeah, my poster, yeah. Big Bang Zhang, bro. I like him too. He's another. Hey, I like Big Bang Zhang, bro. That now his whole problem is stamina. That dude's got a stamina problem. Like, it's very apparent. Some fighters, it's very apparent that they got a stamina problem. Like, you could just tell by looking at him, he got a stamina problem. Caleb Plant got a stamina problem. I think every fight I've ever seen, matter of fact, every fight I've ever seen Caleb in, by the way. Every fight. The dude, he faded the second half of the fight, bro. He faded. I saw that too. So, yeah, if you don't know, right, Turki Al-Sheikh also has his hand in the UFC. I was watching earlier this week one of these UFC channels I watch, right? Because I watch guys that cover UFC too. And they brought up Turki Al-Sheikh. So he's also got his hand in the UFC thing. And he's kind of like for instance, when Canelo's fighting in September, they have a card in September. But it's not surprising, bro. The UFC and boxing has been colliding all the time. All the time. Every Saturday, there's a UFC event, bro. every Saturday. So let's not act like UFC only goes against boxing sometime, bro. Every Saturday, bro. Every fight I ever watch with boxing, there's a UFC event on that day. In fact, a lot of times when boxing is over, because I got ESPN Plus, if it's not a pay-per-view or if it's something that's like, being shown, I'll go over and watch that, or I'll watch the replay of that. So UFC is always going head to head with boxing. Look, my whole thing is this, bro. Like, regardless of what he's doing, as long as I get to see fights, is me as a fan. My priority as a fan is to see good fights. I don't understand why people I don't know. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but I see people they get mad over what another fighter is making. They get mad over what promoter he's with. They get mad where he's fighting, what band. That shit don't matter to me, bro. Top Rank, The Zone, PBC. I don't care. If it's a good fight, Broner and what's his name? Broner and Blair Cobbs fought under Don King. Don King. I didn't even know Don King was still alive, by the way. He looked like he was 80 back in 2000. I don't know if he got some serum or something. He's still kicking, bro. But yeah, I don't care as long as I see the fight, man. And this fight card, by the way, now listen, I'm gonna tell you like this. He's not making no profit on this fight card. He's not making no profit on this, because their tickets aren't selling well. They're not. Part of the reason why I feel like is because I believe the fight is taking place in LA, if I'm correct. Is it in LA? So this fight card is taking place in LA. And I feel like that's a partial reason, because where you put on fights, unless you're a star, supposedly, if you like they say Tank or Canelo, right? Where you fight makes a difference. If you go to a fight in Vegas, right? You don't just have to go to the fight. There's casinos. There's all types of shit to do. So you could actually add the fight on to something that you're doing as a trip. You go to LA now, unless you've never been to LA. You see what I'm saying? It matters. Or unless you're in your hometown fighting. When Bud would fight in Omaha, right? Ain't nobody gonna sell in Omaha. He's gonna sell because that's his hometown. But that shit backfires too. Look at Shakur. Shakur fought in his hometown. Motherfuckers was walking out, bro. That shit don't always mean everything. So to me, where you fight matters. And this, I don't think Turk is making any profit on this on this card. But like I said, I don't care. I mean, I'm getting as a consumer, as a customer, I'm getting fights that I feel like that are good fights stylistically, right here, the one I've been looking forward for months now. This fight right here is going to be a banger, bro. This fight is going to be a banger. Don't use the bathroom. Don't go nowhere when these two motherfuckers get in the ring, bro. This shit is going to be back and forth. I got a Rayo getting knocked out only because I went over this yesterday. I got a Rayo getting knocked out because I feel like it's very easy to sucker him in to Colbert and De Los Santos both suckered this kid into straight up fighting. Not even boxing, just straight up fighting. Because they caught him with a couple of good punches and he's got pride. He wants to answer back, right? I feel like that's not a good. I'm not saying he's gonna do that, but that's not a good. I wouldn't recommend that with Pitbull Cruz, bro. I wouldn't. This dude's got a big ass head. His defense is very underrated. He's got a good chin, and that little motherfucker gonna keep coming, bro. He's not gonna stop. I like this fight, bro. I like the Jarrell Miller and Andy Ruiz fight. The Bacoli and Jared Anderson. The issue I only have with that fight is because Jared Anderson should be fighting better competition. And I'm not saying he's a great heavyweight. What I'm saying is that he said in an interview himself that he's not even in boxing long term. He said it out his own mouth. He said, I'm not making this a career. I'm in here to make some money and get out. He said that. So basically he's telling you, like, I'm not going to be here long. So if you're not going to be here long, then you should start fighting motherfuckers that where we're looking at the fight and we're going, oh, this is going to be a 50-50. Oh, he could lose this one, right? To me, the dude he's fighting got a good chin, good power. The only other person that I would put on his level would have been, what's his name? Martin. What was his first name, by the way? Charles Martin. Let's not forget that Charles Martin, when Charles Martin fought him, he didn't have a full camp. Charles Martin didn't have a full camp. He wasn't fully like I'm not saying that's an excuse. That's what you get when you take a fight and you don't have a full camp. If you lose, bro, then you lose. But the truth of the matter is he didn't have a full camp. And he still stunned Jared Anderson. He caught him with good punches. He was backing him up. This guy's got a full camp. This guy's big too. Let me see the stare down. By the way, when Jared Anderson got up to the stage, right? You know how people get up to the stage and they're like taking pictures. This dude didn't waste no time getting in his face, bro. Getting in. He didn't waste no time
on this stage. And you boys from Ohio, I don't know what it is. You guys bring that swag, Sean.
What we do. It's what we do.
Look at that chain. I mean, James. He is built for this moment, though. All lights on him, all eyes on him. This is what he wants. I feel like this is what motivates him.
You know, when he turned pro and burst on the scene on ESPN, I thought he was doing all the right things. Very, very flashy, making people notice him before he even got in the ring.
Oh, this is the face-off.
It will be for the WBO
This is going to be one hell of a fight, this one.
NABF Heavyweight Championships.
So take my money right now. Becoming unified heavyweight champion, because he admitted that when he won that, he went off the rails. He went off the rails. He lived the life. He did what a lot of kids would do, maybe not a lot of champions. And he's still trying to find something, isn't he, since that?
You know, there's a saying that the Greeks have, whenever the gods want to punish you, they make your dreams come true. Andy Ruiz had all his dreams come true. The money, it went from 0 to 60 million, tens of millions of dollars. This guy became a star overnight. And I'm telling you right now, that comes with a curse. That comes with responsibility. And some people aren't handled or meant for it. But once you get past that darkness, like Andy Ruiz has, then you see the light, baby.
Here we go, Sergio Shakespeare Mora. Yeah.
The heavyweight division. Hey. Come on now.
Aside from the fact that has been a 2-year layoff and the fact that Gerald Miller.
Oh, Gerald Miller looks in shape, bro. That's the best I've ever seen him, bro. The best I've ever seen him. And he's been off for 2 years. That's a long layoff. That makes for an interesting fight, man. And Big Baby Miller lost his last fight against Dubois. So when you're coming off a loss, right, you don't want to take another L. It's your first loss. So you could tell he's taking it serious because he's in really good shape. Andy was spotted in New York. I showed you eating a glizzy. They got him eating a hot dog. I don't know who did that. I don't know if that was a fan. I don't know if that was somebody in his camp. But they literally put a close-up of Andy Ruiz getting a hot dog. That shit was hilarious to me. He was scarfing that shit down, bro. Andy Ruiz, he don't care about his diet, bro. That dude always eats. I forgot there was another training camp that he had. I forgot what he was eating. But he ate it right after he did his workout. And I'm like, bro, that workout is gone. Like, whatever you just lost, whatever calories you just lost, bro, you just put that shit back on in like 30 seconds, bro. The guy, I will say this, the guy that's fighting David Morrell, I don't know too much about him. I can honestly tell you, I don't know too much about the guy that's fighting David Morrell. I don't know if that guy is dangerous for him or not. A lot of people are saying it's not. So let's just say that's not. Let's just say that's an easy fight, right? You got Andy Cruz and Antonio Moran, which I don't think is. I think Andy Cruz's levels above him. So if we were to take that into consideration, let's take that fight and let's take the David Morrell fight, right? That's two fights where people can say that's not going to be competitive. These guys are better than their opponents. Other than that, I think every fight after that, stylistically, is a good fight. Because to me, styles make fights. And every fight after that, even the Jared Anderson fight. Because Jared Anderson, even though he doesn't have massive power for a heavyweight, he stands in the pocket and he fights. Charles Martin rocked him a couple times because he stood in the pocket against Charles Martin. This guy Bacoli, this guy could bang. So that, to me, that's an interesting fight. It's a good test for Jared Anderson. Not only that, but they're already promoting this whole big baby versus big baby, right? So that makes it even more interesting. Following that we got Big Baby Miller and Andy Ruiz, right? Andy Ruiz with a 2-year layoff, right? Just went over it, right? Then after that, we got El Rayo and fucking Pitbull. That's just crazy. And then we got Crawford and Madrimov. I think it's a good card. I don't think it's the best card ever, but I think stylistically, we're going to have a good fight night, man. We're going to have a good night of fights on Saturday. And to be honest with you, unless Crawford puts Madrimov out early, that's going to be a sleeper fight. I think a lot of y'all going to be surprised. If you don't get Madrimov out of there early, I hear a lot of people saying that they think Madrimov is going to fade later on in the fight. That's what I'm hearing a lot of people say. Oh, he's going to fade later on in the fight. I saw a couple of his fights. He didn't look like he didn't look like a fighter that was fading towards the end of the. Now, mind you, the two I saw, the fight was stopped. But I know one of them was like the 6th round. He stopped the guy and did a fucking backflip without touching his hands on the canvas. So he done fought 6 rounds. He done knocked the dude out and then did a backflip without touching his hands on it. Bro, that doesn't look like a guy that fades to me. You do a backflip after doing shit. Do a backflip after doing 1 round. I don't think if Crawford don't put the and this guy fights at 154, like that's his division. Like that's where he's been fighting. I just think like until the bell rings, of course anything can happen, and of course we've seen fights where a lot of us thought something was gonna, like for instance, Bud and Errol Spence wasn't the fight that we thought it was going to be. Some of us saw that already because of the accident, and we saw that Errol wasn't just never the same again. That's not Crawford's fault. But there's been other fights in the past where stylistically we're like, this is going to be a banger, and it wasn't. But there's been a lot of fight. Most of the time, when you have two fighters that are boxer punchers and come forward, you're in for a good fight. Crawford's got dog in him. Madrimov's got power. That's his division. They both bang, and Crawford can box, of course, too. Right? To me, it's a good fight, bro. Rayo and Pitbull, you don't even gotta break that fight down. You don't even gotta break that down. Just them two alone, that shit is fireworks, bro. Big Baby Miller and Andy, even with Andy Ruiz not being out for 2 years, even if he wasn't out for 2 years, it's still a good fight. Because stylistically, they both come forward. And like I said, the Bacoli and Jared Anderson. Jared Anderson is a stubborn fighter. He's stubborn. If he really wanted to, he could be like, with the way he moves and as many punches as he throws, he doesn't really have bad defense when he's really following his game plan. If he really wanted to, he could make the fight. And I'm not gonna lie. The one of his last two fights was very boring. I don't know if it was Jared Anderson's last fight or the one before that, but I do remember the next day people were clowning him like they did Shakur because it was just a lackluster fight. But in that fight, he followed the game plan and wasn't engaging. You know what I mean? I like to see engagement, bro. I like to see action. You know, it doesn't have to be rock'em sock'em robots, but damn it, I'm watching a fight. I'm trying to see someone get hurt, unfortunately. So, let me see. Just in case you didn't see it again, they were spying on Andy Ruiz eating a glizzy. This shit was hilarious to me. I'm sorry, I gotta play it again.
If you go by statistically wise, style wise, Andy doesn't do good against taller opponents. Fought, Ortiz, who's really 48 years old probably. He got a close decision win against him. Couldn't put him away. You fought Rayo, who's 42. Close decision win. These guys I was knocked out. I walk them down and beat them up when I'm in tip-top shape. So the main thing was me is coming to top shape. I don't win close fights. I beat guys up, I knock them out, or I just demolish them. Stylistically, I'm a come forward fight, but I'm an aggressive fighter. I got very good head movement. I come forward and I want to bang and I want to get guys out of it. I think styles do make fights, but I think it's the mentality that really is like, if I run somebody my kind of mentality, hey, it's gonna be a long and crazy night.
When I first started writing about you, I think you had sent some flowers up to Deontay when he had his first kid, which was a diabolical move. And then you were inside the press conference with Anthony Joshua. I'm gonna read it. Listen, AJ, you sweet and low cotton candy, applejack, apple juice, pansy, thong-wearing sucker. You're lucky Eddie Hearn was between me and you, or I would have busted but I got a date with your mom anyway. That's some diabolical but I love it. Like, that's what we need to kind of get these going.
Yeah.
So you kind of had your moment with Dante. You kind of had your moment with AJ. Yeah. Is there anybody in Andy's family you want to with? Is there a cousin who can get these hands? A female cousin who can get these nuts? Like, what's up?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't.
No?
Honestly, like I said before, those things, when I say them,
yes.
I really kind of mean it. I don't like those guys. You know what I'm trying to say? So by him making mistakes and going on Instagram, putting Taco Bells up and burritos and swallowing a hot dog, he's like giving me ammunition, right?
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's like, that's what I can really kind of go off of. Plus, he made all the money with AJ, so now I really got to fuck him up and get that money back.
So is that why there's no animosity with you guys? Because you have that history?
Yeah, that's kind of what it is. Like I said.
Bro, Andy Ruiz was tearing that glizzy up, bro. Is it me, or did it look like he was finishing the glizzy? And you know how like a person is at a bar and they're like, they take one and they're like, give me another one. It looked like he was doing that with the glizzy. He was done with the glizzy. He was like, yeah, let me get another one. Andy don't give a fuck, bro. Andy eating burritos and glizzies, and I don't know, man. I think the fact that he's been off 2 years makes this a more of an interesting fight for me. I really do. I think that I would favor Andy a lot more if he was active. But 2 years off is a lot. A lot could change in 2 years, man. Like a hell of a lot can change in 2 years. Age creeps up on everybody. I don't know. Bro, yeah. And was that LA or New York? Man, them I don't know, man. Them New York glizzies hit different. Gotta be careful which one you go to, though. It's just like those halal meat stands. You got to be careful with those too. You don't just go to anyone. Well, that's like saying all opponents for Isaac Pitbull Cruz are taller than him. Canelo. Name the last opponent Canelo fought that he was bigger and taller than the guy. I don't even think I could name it. Like, I don't remember. Matter of fact, I don't think Canelo's ever. I think Floyd might have been the last person that Canelo fought where the dude to me looked smaller in the ring. Canelo, everyone he fights is bigger than him. That's why, like, another reason why, like, you know, it's kind of crazy when you got a lot of people give respect to fighters when they don't even, I know deep down inside they don't want to. They don't realize that they are. Like, I know some of these dudes in this community, like, they don't like a fighter, right? I'm going to use Canelo for an example. They don't like Canelo, right? So they try to trash Canelo. They don't realize that when they're trashing him, they're making him look fucking like God. They're making him look like God. Because they're like, oh, I don't want to see that. That's a cherry pick. And I don't want to see that's a cherry pick. So he fucks all these guys up. He just makes everybody look easy, right? Like, they don't realize like how you making them look, bro. You're making, so basically, oh, you don't want him to fight this guy because he blows him out the water. You don't want him to fight this guy because he blows him out the water. You don't want him to fight this guy. He blows, damn, there's like 90% of the fucking fighters, bro. You making him look a hell of a lot more dangerous than what he is. How you gonna sit there and say, oh, I don't want to see Canelo versus any of these guys but David, which is the truth. I want to see the David fight. But I think a lot of these guys that don't like Canelo don't realize that they make him look a lot better than, I know that's not their intention. But when I'm listening to them, I'm like, bro, you realize how you making this sound, bro? Every person that he goes up against, you're like, this is a cherry pick. So he's just levels above everybody. You don't want making them sound like that. You don't want making them sound like that. And that just goes, that's a testament to when you're good and most of the opponents you face, they're calling if most of your opponents that are ranked and were champions or is a champion or whatever, if they're calling that guy a cherry pick, that's a testament to you, in my opinion. Like Bud, for instance. They're saying Bud is cherry picking this guy. I ask you this. So you're saying that he's moving up to 154, facing an undefeated champion, and that's a cherry pick? So to me, what you're low-key doing is making Crawford look a lot better. I know that's what some of y'all don't want to do. It's the same thing with Canelo, but you low-key making him sound a lot better than, because that's not easy. Moving up a division and fighting and going straight for champion. Straight. No tune-up, no nothing. Is not easy at all, my guy. Like, just unless you luck out and challenge a champion, bro, just getting to fight the champion and be ranked #1 contender is hard in itself. I think like it's sort of like you ever see dudes that watch sports and they get so mad and they call this quarterback trash and they're like, oh, but this guy threw 5 interceptions, blah blah blah. You can't even throw the ball 30 yards, bro. That's how I think like that. Like, that's why I don't call fighters grocery clerks or Walmart clerks, because I think of myself like, okay, so what if I was in the ring? Oh, he beat the fuck out of me. So I don't want to embarrass myself. Like, I don't want to get beat up by a Walmart clerk. So I'm not going to call him a Walmart clerk. A lot of these dudes that say that and say all this stuff, they would get their ass whooped. That's why I don't do it personally. I will say that there's levels. There's levels in boxing, you know, and you know, I don't know. I am excited for this card, though. I am excited for this card. I didn't realize, by the way, I knew El Rayo was taller than Pitbull, but I didn't think he was like that much. Like, he's kind of really taller than him.
Champ of the world. Let's first welcome the challenger from Los Mochis, Sinaloa, Mexico. His professional record, 13 wins, 2 defeats, 9 of his 13 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Jose El Rayo Valenzuela.
I think, Sergio, that this could be a fantastic fight. I really do. I know Valenzuela's moving up from 135 to 140. I don't think that's...
And now let's welcome the defending world champion from Ciudad de Mexico, Distrito Federal. His professional record consists of 26 wins, 2 defeats, 1 draw, 18 of his 26 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the reigning and defending WBA super lightweight champion of the world, Isaac Pitbull Cruz.
The crowd love him. I think this could be sleeper fight of the night. It really could. Two completely different styles.
Ade, we're talking about, the fans and about Mexicans. I mean, these right here, there's 2 Mexican fighters, one from Sinaloa, another one from the capital city. I mean, it doesn't get bigger and better than Mexican pride right here.
Pitbull Cruz versus Valenzuela, co-main event for Saturday. Great co-main event as well. I mean, this is a main event in itself. Any other fight card, this is topping the fight card. This is co-main.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, you know which fight I watched earlier today? I had recorded it on my SSD because I got fights that I put on my SSD, because there's some fights that if you try to find them, it's kind of hard to find. Like for instance, go ahead and try to find Cobra and Rayo 1. Try to find the full fight of that. It's kind of hard. You'll get the highlights or whatever, but to get the whole fight, I was looking at the whole fight because I of course I had liked Cobra. I still do. I still fuck with Cobra. I had recorded the fight that day, so I had it on my SSD. And bro, let me tell you something, man. Little ass Chris, 130, was suckering El Rayo, throwing away his game plan and everything. Those middle rounds, he had him. What I see with El Rayo is every time he gets hit, it's like he's got so much pride. He's like, I'm gonna get that shit back immediately. There's been a lot of fighters like that in the past. You know who was like that? Eric Morales was like that. When you would hit Eric Morales, remember he would get mad and like he'd hit his leg, like he'd do this thing where he go like this and he go crazy and just start wailing away, right? El Rayo is sort of similar in like he'll be boxing well, and then he gets caught with like a shot or two, and that's it. That's it. He's not jabbing no more. He's just trying to. And Chris Colbert like did that like 5 times in the first fight. 5 times, and every time he did that, except for the last time, because I think in the last round he got hurt again. Chris got hurt multiple times in that first fight. But some of the rounds that Chris banked was because he caught El Rayo, and El Rayo abandoned his game plan and was trying to fight with Chris. And I guess Chris thought he could do the same thing in the second fight. We saw what happened. He got knocked the fuck out. The De Los Santos fight. Go look at the De Los Santos fight. He did the same thing in the De Los Santos fight too. When De Los Santos hurt El Rayo tried to bang it out with him. This is why I feel like I was watching El Rayo do an interview. I saw a couple of interviews this week. One of them, he said, yeah, this is a new team I got, right? It's a new team. I know what a lot of y'all think, and a lot of y'all think I'm just going to sit there and go back and forth. No, we got a game plan for Pitbull. So he's trying to make it seem like I'm going to outbox him, right? But then in the same interview, he's like, I guarantee you I'm going to knock him out. So, I mean, I know people just say that, but I think he really means it. And I feel like El Rayo is going to get knocked out. Maybe like 9, 8. I think you know what's really interesting is that El Rayo is a good body puncher. El Rayo's a very good body puncher, bro. Because like I said, I was watching the Chris Cobra fight again today. He was fucking Chris body up, bro. He was his ribs, Chris Cobra, like his shit was his shit was like swollen a little bit. Like he was catching him with mad body shots the whole fight. And I feel like someone like Pitbull, I don't know if I've ever seen anyone attack his body like that. Like, because usually people try to hit Pitbull and knock his little ass out. But I think going to the body might be the best thing. I don't care how good your chin is, bro. You catch someone with a good stomach shot, a good liver shot, they going down, bro. You can't. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. El Rayo can beat Pitbull if he boxes him. If he don't get suckered into a fight, yes, he can. El Rayo, even you know, people question his resume, and I think somebody had said yesterday in my comments, like, yeah, well, you know, he beat up on a bunch of 130 pounders, right? Okay. I still look at the way he fights, right? He's a good body puncher. He's got good power. He's got a pretty good jab, too. He's got pretty good speed. His defense isn't the best. And he gets suckered into fight. He gets suckered into firefights too easily. If I was to look at El Rayo's, like his flaws, that would be his flaws. He gets suckered into firefights. He stops throwing his jab. He stops. Like I said, he did that with Cobra in both fights. The De Los Santos too. Also, his defense isn't. He does get clipped. He does get clipped. And I would say, I don't know if I would say his chin is questionable. I wouldn't say that. But he's been knocked out before. And to El Rayo's credit, he wasn't knocked out. When he lost to De Los Santos, he wasn't knocked out. Like, he wasn't on his back. He wasn't like not defending himself. Like, he had got dropped a second time, and the ref, I guess, looked at him and thought that De Los Santos was going to hurt him even more. I don't think it was a bad stoppage, but I feel like it could have went on a little more. Real quick, man, before I end this, because I definitely can't go long today. This whole Olympics thing, man. Shit is a disgrace, bro. The fact that they're allowing men to beat up women is, I still can't fathom the fact that this shit is happening in our world, bro. The fact that they are allowing a man to continue to beat up on women is crazy to me. It's crazy. Like, that should be a crime. They found out 2 of these female fighters are not females. They're men. Which, by the way, I don't know if you've seen these fighters in the Olympics. You could tell they're men. Like, just because you put on lipstick and some eyeliner, bro, like, you're a man, bro. You're built like a man. You look like a man. I don't know how the hell somebody was like, oh, I'm shocked. That was a man. Like, you don't have to do a chromosome test, bro. I'm looking at the dude, bro. He's a fucking man, bro. And he's beating up on this woman. And it's like he's proud. Fucking piece of shit, bro. Like he's proud. Did y'all see that, by the way? Let me see if I can pull it up. Like, he's fucking proud, bro. Like, I feel like, bro, do that to a fucking man, bro, you piece of shit. Like, the fact that you would even want to compete against women, it's just low key. Like, what is wrong with your life, bro? that you literally was like, yeah, let me beat up on some women and act like I'm a woman doing it. Like, you're a piece of shit, bro. Which is why a lot of people, before I pull it up, which is why a lot of people would laugh at Clarissa Shields when she's saying, oh, I want to fight Keith Thurman. Bro, come on, bro. Ain't no man trying to fight you, bro. Stop. Ain't no man really trying to fight you, bro. Stop it with this shit, bro. Like, but then she's the first one to go on X. By the way, she's the first one to go on X and say, this is a shame. Clarissa Shields. She's like, this is a shame. That guy beating up on a woman. What are you talking about? You the one that always want to fight men every fucking week. Every week you're calling out somebody. Keith Thurman. You want to fight Keith Thurman. You want to fight you want to fight Ryan Garcia. You want to fight nothing but men. Now all of a sudden a guy's beating up on women in the Olympics and you're like, this is a shame. Well, make up your mind, Clarissa. Make up your mind. This shit is crazy, bro. This dude is like he's proud. Where is it at right here? Let me right here. I think this is one right here. Hold on. Is it? Let me pick this one. Let me pick this one. This is it right here. This is just a short. This is just a short, but yeah, this guy's got no shame in his game that he's beating up on a woman. You piece of shit.
Que se está llevando la contienda ahora en las repeticiones, golpe de impacto, sí, se vio claramente de nueva cuenta el recto en combinación hasta 5
de puños de Kelly, no pudo contrarrestar lo rápido que desenfundaba tanto la izquierda como la derecha, y en la parte de este tercer episodio se estuvo comiendo en reiteradas ocasiones el jab y el recto.
Y bueno, pues aquí repasamos estos momentos de apremio para la mexicana, como observamos aquí que le estaban dejando el guante.
What the fact that you're proud doing that, bro, like, and you could see his face in the replay. He's throwing all his might into that, bro. Like, evil. That's just, I don't know, man. Look, I can't stand. Listen, let me make it clear, man. Women can be trouble. I don't gotta say that, bro. I don't gotta say that. And some women are fucking evil. Let's make it clear, just like men. But I don't believe in beating up on somebody who's fucking, they were physically born inferior to you, bro. And the fact that you would actually go out of your way, you would go out of your way to like go undercover as a woman, to act like you're a woman, and then to beat up on women knowing that you were born with a dick. Like, you are the lowest scum. And you should be put in the ring with a fucking power puncher, bro. Like, you should be put in the ring like somebody should like just knock him out, bro. You see how you like it, bro. See how you like it when you're in the ring inferior. Like, he's clearly throwing punches all his might on that replay, bro. And then he's proud. I'm not even gonna call her. Because that's what they want you to do. They want you to, no, I go by her. No. You're a man. You're a man, bro. And you're a piece of shit. And then there's two of them. There's two. Not just one. There's two men in the Olympics. They're allowing this shit, bro. The fact that they're allowing this, bro, if you don't think this world is evil, that's everything you should know. this isn't even about whether you believe in God or not. Like, first off, I ain't even trying to go off on God or whatever, but to me, it's very clear you got evil and you got good in this world, bro. Okay, you know when you're around somebody that's good or has good intentions in their heart. You could feel it, you could see it. They demonstrate it, and you know what it's like to be around somebody that's pure evil, that doesn't care about your safety, that doesn't care about you. And the fact that they got 2 men in the Olympics and they are literally like, they say that they had to check the chromosomes. What did they say? We had to look at the XYZ chromosome or whatever to find out. You didn't have to do that, bro. Did y'all have to do that to look at that guy that was just fighting right there? I didn't have to do no chromosome test. I could clearly see that's a man, bro. I could see the way he's built. Like, just because he put on eyeliner and some lipstick doesn't mean anything. And men got Adam's apples, and it's just it's crap to me, bro. It's crap. And then the fact that you find out that they are men, and then you just allow the shit. Because why? Because they say they're a woman. Like, that shit is crazy to me, bro. And then these guys are gonna win, by the way. They're gonna win, and they're gonna be proud that they won. Yo, the world we're in is crazy, bro. The world we're in, we're crazy. And then Clarissa Shields, like, I hate to bring her up, but she's a hypocrite. She's a hypocrite. You've spent the last 2-3 years of your career calling out nothing but men, saying that you're the best woman fighter on the planet. You want to fight Keith Thurman. He's playing around with you, saying, hey, listen, Clarissa, I know I can hurt you. Look, if you want to do it, let's do bigger gloves and some headgear. He's playing around, but he's dead serious too. Like, I'm not going to sit here and just beat up on a woman, bro. She takes offense to that. And no, I'm the best woman fighter in the world. I could beat up on men. I can compete with men. We saw what happened when Clarissa got hit by a man, bro. We saw what happened. This is why. This is the best. This is, some would argue the best woman. Now, a lot of people's got a different opinion and think Amanda Serrano is or whatever, right? But regardless, the point is that this is the woman who just won another belt. How many divisions has Clarissa won now? 3, 4? She's arguably the best female fighter on the planet, right? Just to prove a point. She gets fucking dropped by a guy we've never heard of before. By the way, the guy that dropped her retired after getting beat up by Rolly Romero. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. This is so-called the best woman fighter on the planet, some would say. Some would even argue to you that Clarissa Shields is the best woman fighter to ever put on a pair of gloves. And she's going around saying she wants to fight men. She wants to fight all the, right? And she gets dropped by a guy who got his ass handed to him by Rolly Romero and retired. Let that sink in, bro. And that goes to show you why men should not fight women.
Have you ever...
Yes. Oh. Yes. Oh.
Right there.
Yes.
I mean, that's just a,
oh.
That's just a regular guy, bro. That's a regular guy. And yet they're okay. They're okaying this shit. And I'm not even watching the Olympics, bro. I'm not even watching it, bro. Is pure evil, bro. And the fact that the dude looks proud beating up on women too. Like I honestly, like, I wish they would fuck that dude up, bro. Because I'm not even gonna call him a female. It's not a female. I don't care what you want me to call you. You're a man, bro. You're a man, and you're beating up on a fucking woman. I'm looking at this shit, and I'm like, I can't believe it, bro. And then they're just letting this shit go. So my question is this: what happens? What happens if one of these guys kill a woman? This is what I want to know. This. So what happens if one of these men put a woman in a coma? Because you obviously can see right there from that little clip, he was beating that woman up. He wasn't holding back. He was proud. Right? So what happens if he puts a woman in a coma? Who's gonna take responsibility for that? I want to know who gets in trouble for that. It's disgraceful, bro. And I'm gonna look at this shit again. This is crazy. You know, and the fact that they actually said that they had to do a chromosome. You didn't have to do no chromosome to find out if that's a guy or not. Stop it, bro. Stop the bullshit. You did not have to check his chromosome to see if that's a man or not. Let me see real quick. Hold on. Let me see if I could find a better one right here. Let me get a better one right here. I'm trying to get one where the people aren't talking over it and it's just straight up fight. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, hold on. My bad. Give me a second. Here it is right here. Okay, here we are. Let me go back to this one right here. Here he is right here. Here goes this piece of shit right here.
Que se está llevando la contienda ahora en las repeticiones, el golpe de impacto. Sí. Se vio claramente de nueva cuenta el recto en combinación hasta 5.
De puños de Kelly no pudo contrarrestar lo rápido que desenfundaba tanto la izquierda como la derecha, y en la parte de este tercer episodio se estuvo comiendo en reiteradas ocasiones el jab y el recto.
Y bueno, pues aquí repasamos estos momentos de apremio para la mexicana, como observamos aquí que le estaban dejando el guante
Champions of this
en el
tournament.
botón y la esquina azul.
What the fuck? Are you really proud? You piece of shit, bro. Oh my, that gets me heated, bro. That gets me heat. Like he's like this. Like, yeah, I don't get it. I did my good deed for today. Like, the fuck out of here, bro. You're beating up on a woman. Oh my goodness, bro. I gotta watch what I say, man, because I really want to say some shit right now that they'll fuck around and cancel my channel, bro. And I'm not even playing, bro. Like, I feel like saying some shit right now. That's oh man. Exactly, my guy. Yeah, Clarissa gets dropped with headgear. I mean, but the reason why I show Clarissa getting dropped is because just let that sink in. Thank you, HLD. She's four division. People would argue that she's probably the best female fighter on the planet, bro. She gets dropped in sparring by a guy who got beat the fuck up by Rolly Romero, who most boxers make fun of because they call him a novice. They call him a novice, right? All of them call him a novice. Devin Haney was making fun of him. There was a live with y'all ever see the live with this was a while back. There was a live where Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, and Chris Colbert No, I'm sorry. Take Devin Haney out. Shakur Stevenson and Richardson Hitchens and Chris Colbert were on Alive. Now, this is when they were all undefeated still. Well, Chris Colbert was the only one to take a loss since then. Chris and Shakur is going back and forth on Live. And Chris Colbert's like, yeah, you remember when we sparred and shit? And Shakur's like, shut the fuck up. You know, they're just talking shit, right? Rolly enters the Live. Bro, they were disrespected. They were like, get the fuck off this Live. You're a novice. And they were in Rolly's face is like, you could I felt bad for Rolly because Rolly looked like he was just tapping in. It looked like he was just tapping in just to be like, yo, what's up, y'all? Like, and they were treating him like shit. That's Rolly now. That guy retired the guy who dropped Clarissa Shields in sparring with headgear. So if you think men should be fighting women, let that shit sink in, bro. Like, that's why nobody takes Clarissa Shields serious. Nobody takes you serious when you say you want to fight a man. The same way, like, this shit is crazy that they're allowing this shit in the Olympics. Yeah, it is. It's sad, brother. And there's two. There's two men. That's what they're saying. There's two men. You know, and now I low-key think, watching this, I low-key think there's more than two. I think there's more than two. This whole Olympics thing has been, you know why I believe that it's pure evil? Because the Olympics is it's the event that the whole world shares, bro. The whole world watches the Olympics because you got people from every country represent. So the fact that they know the whole world is watching and they're doing satanic openings and letting men beat up on women, like, there's an agenda going on, bro. And that's what I mean by it's pure evil. Like, this shit would never, like, first of all, like, who okays that? Like, there's no way on earth you think in your mind it's okay for a man to beat up on a woman and not even realizing that somebody's gonna get killed. Somebody's gonna get, God forbid, I hope it doesn't happen, but someone could go into a coma, a brain bleed, or what do you call it? What is the word for it? A blood clot. A lot of things could happen. Right. So let me ask you this. Okay, Serrano and Taylor. Okay, that's an opinion, but okay, so you think Serrano can beat up men? You see what I'm saying? Like, how many titles you think Amanda Serrano would get if she was fighting men? Professional. What division? I don't care what division you put her in. I don't care what division you put her in. She ain't gonna run that division. And it's not because I don't like her. It's because men are genetically born different, bro. Like, this is common sense here. Like, let's stop the bullshit, bro. I don't know who's, hey, thank you. And yeah, thank you. And aneurysm. You know, I don't know whose great idea it was to start giving everybody a medal and telling kids, you know, hey, everybody's a winner. No, bullshit. Bullshit. Not everybody's a winner. You got people that put in hard work and you got people that don't. It's fucking bullshit.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit.
Don't let them lie to you, bro. I'm not watching this Olympics. I'll tell you that. Anyway, man, I appreciate y'all, bro. I've been going live for longer than I wanted to. I'll probably wait before I go. they got how many press conferences they got left for the Crawford and Madrimov? They got one tomorrow, right? I know today was the open workout. Tomorrow is Thursday, right? Tomorrow's Thursday. So we got a press conference tomorrow, and then we got Friday the weigh-ins, then we got Saturday. So we good. All right. This is Ghost. I'm out. Have a great day or morning, whichever it is by you.